Lately, all I hear about is software. Cloud computing, SaaS, and software again. So I attended to Commercism, an e-commerce conference held by 500 startups. It was fantastic to remember how the real, physical, touchable world, made of atoms, not bytes, can be boosted by technology. Watch this episode to familiarize yourself with some of the latest trends of e-commerce, and also to learn some of our biggest takeaways from Commercism.
So my name is Tom Percival. I'm a venture partner with 500 Startups. We're doing this conference because we're a big believer in e-commerce. We invest and fund and accelerate a lot of e-commerce companies, and so we wanted to create an event that would bring together the leaders of e-commerce from everywhere. You know, operators, marketers, dropship, everything. Bring them together under one roof and to do some knowledge sharing.
I'd like to think it went very well. I'm not sure what other people think, although a few folks said they really enjoyed it. So, seems like it went great.
Honestly, I think my biggest takeaway, or my favorite chat, was Sean Percival, I believe. I thought his talk was, it was surprising. He was one of the only people who went on stage and told us what not to do because of personal failures. And I thought that was both endearing, but very, very educational as well.
So a lot of times you hear people who are very successful. It's very easy to get up on stage when you've been a great success. You have a lot to talk about. The failures are the hard stories. And also the reality is most startups do fail. And so I got up and I spoke about some things I didn't do so great with my e-commerce startup. There were a lot of different things, but mostly they were around making sure you can ship, the ability to fundraise, which is not easy at all, and then also managing customer expectations, the ability to market and grow your company. I mean, these are all ways that I see many e-commerce companies fail and not sort of hit that next mark so they can raise money or grow further.
It's very exciting to get a nitty-gritty of not only people that have been through it in a while, the ones that have failed, the ones that have not failed, and learn from the whole perspective of the entire industry.
How do you deliver experience through a subscription box? Actually, how do you deliver food packed with experience in a box? Well, this is what Love with Food and Pitch Dish are doing. They were at Commercism and shared some ideas with us about how to handle all this.
My name is Ai-Wee. I'm the CEO founder of Love with Food. So what we do is every month we send you a box of snacks to your door. Everything we curate is organic or all natural. It's surprise snacks for only $10 a month. And every box we send, we donate a meal to feed a hungry child in the US. I think curated products, curated content, and helping consumers to discover snacks easily is the next journey, is the next trend, because you'll be amazed when people are so happy to see something that they have never seen before, they have never heard before, and they are tasting it for the very first time. That experience is priceless, and people will actually pay for that kind of experience.
My biggest takeaway from listening to Ai-Wee, founder of Love with Food, is to always deliver what you promise to your customers. This way, they put a smile on their customer's face and generate a revenue of $2 million a year.
I love sort of e-commerce and finding these different tips and tricks. I think the most exciting thing is Instagram. Facebook to me is kind of dead.
Ivani's talk was filled with tips on how to bootstrap your e-commerce platform. But I believe one of his best advices was about engaging with customers through Instagram. This means that we are increasingly communicating through images.
One of the cool hacks is Instagram follow back. So you can go and follow people who are sort of in your, who might be interested in your products. You can also sort of go and comment on photos that might be related to your hashtag, and like them and create engagement and community through that. And in creating community, you create sales.
Another great panel at Commercism was held by the Siberian entrepreneur Dina Barshavskaya. She is the founder of Wanilo and shared with the audience all the milestones that her company went through. Wanilo is an online social shopping platform and was just an idea back in 2006. but it grew to a 1 million registered users base in 2012. My biggest takeaway from Dina's story was definitely determination.
You're never going to have a smooth ride. You're always going to be hitting walls, right? There's going to be some progress, then you're going to hit walls, and so you're always going to have to answer for yourself, is it worth going? How do I know that I should keep going? So really early on, for the first couple of years of launching features around the vision of Warnila, I actually had no success whatsoever. There were no users, nobody cared to use what we build. And so it would have been very legitimate to say at that point that enough is enough. I've invested, I've spent time, money on this, and it's time to call it quits and move on. And what kept me going was that at the end of the day, I just really believed in the problem that I was solving. And whenever I step back and ask myself, well, is the problem still there? Yes, it is. Just because I haven't found the right solution doesn't mean that the problem isn't there. And I was continued to believe in it and continued to reaffirm that the problem is still there and it's still worth solving.
I think the conference was excellent. I think the speakers all had excellent presentations. There was a lot of information packed in, and I think they kept it moving.
500 Startups Commercism conference today really provided a lot of learnings in how startups are founded, funded, how they grow, how they've engaged with customers, really pushing the bounds of what we think about where and how startups operate.
So those were just a few bullet points from Commercism. Indeed, it was a great conference with over 20 panelists, from entrepreneurs to venture capitalists to mentors. They were all sharing their experiences regarding fundraising for e-commerce, the challenges of shipping the real physical products, and also how to make the customers happy and to believe in the mission and the product you're delivering. I hope you have enjoyed our episode. Stay tuned on StartupTV to have some more bullet points on different conferences that are happening in San Francisco.